Hey, welcome back. We're breezing along in hour two here of a Women Wednesday on Liquid Lunch. I'm John Tobacco. We're coming to you live as we do every day from noon to 2 Eastern from the Newsmax headquarters in New York City. And downtown here in New York City, the Dow Jones Industrial Average continues to breeze along today. Also up about 300 points as we get here just past the midday of trading. And Bitcoin is still really taking a beating today, down 650, just above 10,100. So we'll keep your eye on that. But no Woman Wednesday would be complete without a woman entrepreneur. And no woman entrepreneur would be complete without the insights of one of my favorite women entrepreneurs. Carla Marino joins us today. She's been on the show before. She's the founder of SeeGirl Swimwear, which she started 20 years ago. This is her 20-year anniversary. And Carla, you also have seen great changes for women in the workplace. And tell us how you run a small business as a woman and now a mom and in this rough and tumble environment of Staten Island, New York.
Well, lots of carbs to keep me going.
I can relate.
Lots of carbs, but yes, business has changed over 20 years. I'm very proud that I've survived business in Staten Island for 20 years, especially being a women's focused kind of business. You know, one of the hardest.
Bikinis.
I make bathing suits for all ages, all sizes, and I'm very proud of that. I love my SeeGirls. They're very loyal, and we've had a lot of fun over 20 years. And I do have to say, if it wasn't for John and his brother Derek, they are very much a part of this anniversary. 20 years ago, August 1999 was my first fashion show to launch my company, Carla's Closet, and it was at John and Derek's
establishment.
Your establishment, yes.
So we're making very clear that Todd had nothing to do at all with the 20-year success of your company, Todd Tobacco.
He gave his brothers moral support.
I see. Or as his nickname in the tobacco family goes, Daniel Baldwin.
Hey, Carla, we have a lot of men in our audience, and they may not understand that you're not just some small little mom and pop shop. Your fashions have been featured in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, right?
Yes, I'm very proud of that. My first two bathing suits were featured in the issue in 2004, and multiple suits have been featured over 10 issues over the years. So I'm very proud to say that a little Staten Island designer was able to grace the pages, my designs of Sports Illustrated, that gets picked over 30,000 plus samples a year. So I'm very proud of that.
Wow! So you have over 30,000 designers send in over 30,000 samples, and then they wind up, I guess, with 30 or 40 or 20 or something. And you've been in there 10 different styles. Tell me about over the years. You must have had so many models, and then like after the 20 years, do they get bigger? Do you make them bigger suits, or your fashions live on their own?
Well, we're not going to reinvent the wheel. A bikini is a bikini. My goal is to make each individual client feel their very best, considering it's pretty much the next step up from being naked. So you want to feel your very best in a bathing suit because you're going to be out in public. With that being said, we also like very sexy suits too. And we've had very gorgeous girls model for me. I've been very lucky, and quite a few have also been on your show.
Wow. Well, look, I'm sure our audience is thrilled when the camera's on you. And then when the camera's on me, I noticed that they were putting some photos of some of your models, which my audience probably loves more than seeing my mug. But, you know, Carla, aside from being a designer and a businesswoman and everything else, you have made it one of your life's goals to give back to your community and many communities. Your philanthropic efforts have been amazing over the years. And I believe tonight you're having an event where you're going to celebrate your 20th anniversary. And you'll also be raising some money for some great causes. Tell us about what's going to be happening and what the causes are about.
Sure. So tonight we're just going to have a little celebration party of 20 years in business. It'll be at the Waterside Marina in Staten Island. But we'll be giving back to two organizations, nonprofits that are very dear to my heart. New York Bully Crew, which is an animal rescue that I work with day and night, 7 days a week. And also Gianna Nicole's Heart of Hope, which is another amazing organization that helps families and children with pediatric cancer while they're going through treatment. And what they try to do is alleviate some of the financial burdens that these families.
Carla, congratulations again on your anniversary. One question I have is about fashion trends in the swimsuit industry. Now, I know people may think, oh, you know, isn't it always just a bikini and a brassiere-like top? But I heard recently, for instance, that...
How old are you? Brassiere? How old are you?
I heard recently that the one piece had made something of a comeback. First, is that accurate? And second, how closely do you have to kind of follow the trends in the swimsuit, you know, tastes?
Well, lucky for me, my business is, like I said, custom made. So it's made to order. So my customers can get a suit that fits them and they can get it repeatedly year after year. But in trend, yes, the one piece did make a comeback.
Much to John's chagrin.
No, I mean, if I'd have to wear a one piece at this point in my life. I can't do the Speedo, I can tell you that.
Oh, but just my eyes. Oh, God. No, but the one piece did make a comeback. But ironically, some one pieces are less fabric than actual bikini. Huh. So one pieces are very sexy. They are, and they're also flattering. It's just a lot of girls still worry about tan lines. And I will say, point blank, I have to put it out there, please, sunblock, sunblock, sunblock. Please watch.
There's so little material on Carla's stuff that, yeah, you need a whole jug of sunblock. I have to admit, over the years, I have actually modeled some of Carla's fashions.
Wow. And in spite of that, she's still in business.
Gone above and beyond in any way to promote, you know, Carla's efforts for SeeGirl and others. And Carla,
I'll be digging in the crates for some photos of that, John.
Yeah, I'm sure Frank would love to get his hands on those. And Carla, just on a final word, I know I try to do all I can, especially with Gianna Nicole's Heart of Hope and the pediatric cancer. People may not know, but one of the ways I try to give back to the community is by doing Santa for many of these kids that are underprivileged and facing some terrible circumstances. And that one day is what I do, but Carla and Tammy and others do this stuff all year round. So God bless you for doing God's work, and God bless you for being a woman in business with a vowel at the end of your name for 20 years. And I'll certainly be there tonight. You watching at home, check out the New York Bully Crew. Check out Gianna Nicole's Heart of Hope. These are great organizations that really care about animals and children, which are the most precious commodities in our society. You're watching Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV, and we are going to be back right after this with NFL coach and NBC analyst Tony Dungy and his wife Lauren talking about Carson chooses forgiveness.